Welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about this moment that you are seeing on your screen. This is like moving in and out at an angle. This is 45 degrees. No martial art in the world, no fighting system is new or out of this. This concept can be applied to anything. So you are attacking or defending at an angle, moving on an X like this. Here I am trying to do some punching with it, and the applications will follow. Similar application moving forward or moving backward. It is not any different for kicking. Even in kicking और पैर से अपने ओपोनेंट को प्यार से टच करना, उसमें भी यही कॉन्सेप्ट लग रहा है. डंडे से stick fighting, it is not any different. Moving at an angle, it is about attacking and then attacking from another angle and then attacking from another angle, because angle is important. It keeps you safe, and at the same time you can attack also because you're not in the original position you were. So this can be used like a basic. This is not a very advanced footwork concept, but something very basic that आ सकता है. So this is the movement we are going to do. Very simple. Moving forward, step. If you are sorry, if you are moving towards right, then take your right leg first. If you're moving towards left, take your left leg first, and the other leg should follow. So this makes it easier. And one more thing, when you are moving forward, your body weight is forward, that is on your front leg, and your back leg is kind of lifted, heel is up. And when you're moving back, your body weight is on the back leg and your front leg is light. That is for purposes that we will discuss now. So now the same concept, same footwork we can apply to punching. So here I am punching, जिसको मुष्टि प्रयोग भी कहते हैं, मतलब अगर आप ऐसा कहते हैं उसको. तो and this is not about punching or moving in four directions. This is about just you are moving, but the opponent still is in the center. What I mean by that is, I am not planning or imagining four different opponents in four different directions. I am moving like how I would if the opponent comes forward or goes when the opponent is kind of moving backwards, that is when we step forward, and this is a white line trying to depict where the opponent is. But you can see that my hands are not correctly going in the white line itself, because when I step back, the white line is supposed to step forward. So when I step back and punch, the opponent must be coming forward towards me. So that is what we are trying to do. And while practicing a little more physically, you could practice with a partner like this, while moving forward at an angle and punching. While moving back, like stepping back, you can do this. So punching and kicking can be applied in the same, just the footwork is important a little bit, like this, moving forward, and how you would move backward. Once you understand this, you can incorporate this with other aspects as well, and you don't need to do this like too far ahead. The movement is very small. You don't have to jump out of the way, just enough to be safe. The same thing applies for stick, baton, even the swords. Let us discuss about the stick. So the movement, as you can see, I am doing over here is nothing but 1 and 2. So with this, I am also using my hands. So along with 1, I am using 2, and if that is not done one after the other, that is the simple X movement, like you're drawing the symbol of infinity, I'm also using the other hand. As you can see, the other hand will also be used. So here and to the other side. So very simple. Whatever limitations your weapon have, you can fill those gaps with punching and with posting. So one thing you have to understand, it is about the elbow, it is about the wrist, it is about how you turn and how you kind of continue the flow. It is never about hit and then pull back. You have to use your elbow opening and then turning at the same time. So your opening of your hand, the elbow joint, and turning together will make it look somewhat like this. So this is how you get some flow in that. The elbow plus turning. Keeping the wrist flexible and loose is also important, but not while striking, only while turning and changing directions we can employ that. So this allows us to be in close range and still attack. Otherwise you'll have to do it from long range. So this one incorporated with the movement is nothing but taking your left leg forward, following it up like this, and you could come back, reset, and then do the other half of the motion in the other direction. So this can be practiced very easily, nothing special about it. This side and then that side. See, you can use your other hand to fill the gap for posting or for like a punch. Usually combinations are practiced. And also if I just strike over here, it's different than moving at an angle. Why we are moving out of the way is that to make it a little more complicated for the opponent. If I'm moving forward or backward, I'm not simply moving forward backward, I'm going out at an angle like this, because then I can change my direction, I can change my plan. But if I'm doing just this, now this is a fair game, even he can attack me, right? So think of this like you're shooting, and you would want to shoot and you would want to change your position so you are safe and you get a better angle at the enemy. So people tend to understand this better when you talk about guns and all. The same concept applies in this kind of fighting. You're trying to move to be safe and also to find out better options that you can employ. Now this is not any different in weapons or hand-to-hand fighting. Also the stick can be very flexible if you want. You don't have to lift it up over your head and then hit, because you can see that even from the regular position like this you can employ that. So keeping your weapon flexible, moving at angles will definitely help you. And this is not any different from other weapons that look a little cooler than this. So डंडे सोटे के अलावा तलवार में अगर आपको स्टाइल मारना है तो ये सारी चीज़ें इसमें भी अप्लाई करती है. इवन योर बेसिक kicking will also have the, so I'm kicking something like this. So instead of staying at the same position, you might have noticed we move out sometimes in the low kick, in the roundhouse kick, that is targeting the thighs, targeting the legs. You're always moving. That is when we apply the roundhouse kick also. So it is the same concept, and I am moving to a direction to avoid counter attacks. So instead of playing this game of who kicks first or who punches first, I want to move out of the way and then employ whatever techniques I want to do. So the same concept apply in kicking. You can practice this also like this. Small tip for kicking: always use your hands. Always it's in the middle of the combinations, and keep the other hand for posting. This will always make your low kick unpredictable. So that's all for today. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe and press the bell icon. Also, if you like what we are wearing, Kalari Dhoti, you can order this online. The link is there in the description. Description में आप link है जिससे ये धोती आप online order कर सकते हैं.
Imagine the country you live in being hit by less and less fertile soil, making crop growing increasingly difficult.
Sandstorm conditions prevail in the Indian capital, and now there are fears of early desertification of the region.
This is 45 to 60 years is what we have agricultural soil. We are calling this as soil extinction. You've heard of dinosaurs going extinct, you have heard of dodos going extinct, but this is soil extinction is what we are looking at. The real problem is soil extinction because in the last 30 years, 80% of the biomass insects have disappeared from the planet. 80%. This is a suicide. This is a real suicide.
So in 45 years' time or 50 years' time, there will be serious food crisis on the planet, it's inevitable. When food crisis comes, well, whoever has the biggest guns will come and take the food. And the chaos and the suffering that we will create for populations around the world is unimaginable. So what are we going to do? So it's very, very important that soil becomes the focus, because if you put 1/3 to 40% of the land, especially in the tropical world, under tree shade, your climate change could be easily reversed. As a part of this, we are unfolding a movement called Conscious Planet to bring maximum number of people.